Good evening, everybody. Gosh, I look a little bit flushed. I think I've caught the sun. First bit of sun we have all year, and this happens. I think it's the sun anyway, and not the cheeky glass of Sunday night wine. Sorry, very bad Methodist. But yeah, what a beautiful day, and yet a strange day. And here we are at the end of it, and every day is strange at the moment, isn't it? And I don't know about you, but of course, my timelines, my social media has been absolutely full of people doing exactly this, online sermons, pauses for thought, virtual church, which are all brilliant. We're all trying to make sense of this situation, trying to be community, trying to be church, trying to reach out to each other. So I don't know, why am I adding more to that? Well, I suppose just as this day was the evening was coming to a close, I was just reminded of some wisdom that I wanted to share from people far wiser than me. So it's not mine, but I just thought it was worth sharing. It is such a strange day. It was so beautiful, such a beautiful spring day here in Cheshire, and yet taking our boys out on Mothering Sunday to see their grandmas, but literally just dropping presents at the end of the drive and having a distant conversation across meters is just so odd. And yet we want to give thanks for those wonderful mother figures in our lives, especially at this time. It just really makes you it's an obvious thing to say, but it really makes you grateful for what you have and the people around you and the people who've set such a loving example to you. Then as the day went on, we've had a good day, and then we've just put the boys to bed, and I'd had lying with my 3-year-old and watching him drift off to sleep, and then going out into the garden and trying to tidy up what the mess we'd made before, but also being struck that it was just after the time when everybody had been invited to light a candle, just at this awful time of unprecedented sort of fear and anxiety of this coronavirus, and we'd been lit a candle to just unite and to say we were praying and to realize, I think this is one of the biggest lessons sort of we're kind of coming to terms with, is that there are some things we still cannot control, and we can get so arrogant and so proud of what we are and what we do, and we think we can do whatever we want, and suddenly something like this happens, and it really kind of brings us back to basics. So thankful for everything that we have. But I stepped out into the garden knowing that people had been lighting a candle to sort of share that light in the darkness. And a good friend, lovely Reverend Kate Botley, had put that quote that we so often associate with Christmas, which is, there is a light that shines in the darkness, and the darkness has never overcome it. And I just thought, why limit that to Christmas, And I was reminded of this lovely pearl of wisdom, because as I stepped out into the garden, I could see the stars, and I saw Venus, the planet Venus, shining brightest of all. And if you go to Durham Cathedral, and if you've never been to Durham Cathedral, go immediately, take my car. Well, maybe not right now, but go soon. But at the end of Durham Cathedral is the shrine of Saint Bede, the Venerable Bede. And there's a prayer of his around his tomb, and it talks about Jesus being the bright morning star. And the wonderful Professor Tom McLeish told me once, as I told you, someone far wiser than I, that there was a very deliberate reason why Bede called Jesus the bright morning star, because he knew his stuff. He was a historian, but he was also a scientist many, many centuries ago. And if you know what you're looking at, when you see Venus rise in the sky, the night is as black as it can be. There is not a hint of dawn on the horizon, not a glimmer of light. But Venus rises in the same part of the sky as the sun. So if you see it, if you see that bright morning star, you know that even though it is as black can be around you, you know for certain that dawn will surely come soon. And it's just a wonderful symbol of light triumphing over the darkness, but also that you see that glimmer of hope, but also you see that the day is coming. You see that wonderful hope for us as Christians of the resurrection, but that symbol of hope just generally, that even though we're in the dark, light will come, dawn will come. So I just wanted to share that with you tonight, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Okay, good night and God bless.